Kaylee Rose Amstutz grew up in Willard, Missouri, the oldest of 4 kids in a family that went to church 3 times a week and shipped her off to Christian camp every summer. And somewhere in all that scripture, she figured out she was gay, then learned to keep it folded up small. She started piano at 12 and was writing her own songs by 13. And at 16, she put a ballad called Die Young on YouTube under her real name, recorded after a summer at an arts camp in Michigan that she later said changed her whole trajectory. A label scout found her at a showcase in New York, and in 2015, at 17, she signed to Atlantic Records, a Missouri church kid with a major label deal, which is the part of every one of these stories that looks like the happy ending and almost never is. She took the stage name Chappell Roan in 2016, after her grandfather, Dennis Chappell, who had just died of brain cancer, and a line from his favorite old cowboy song. The first EP came out in 2017 and went mostly nowhere. Then in 2018, she started writing with a producer named Dan Nigro, and in 2 days in early 2019, the two of them wrote Pink Pony Club, a glittering, homesick anthem about a small-town girl dancing at a gay club in West Hollywood while her mother begs her to come home. It was the best thing she had ever made, and Atlantic sat on it for a year before they let her put it out. When the song finally arrived in the spring of 2020, into a world that had just locked its doors, it did not move the numbers a major label needs, and that August Atlantic dropped her. She was 22, back at zero, the deal gone, and the city expensive, and she did the unglamorous thing almost nobody in the highlight reel ever admits to. She got regular jobs, she worked as a production assistant, she worked at a donut shop, and for a stretch she moved back to Missouri to work a drive-thru window, handing food out to strangers in the town she had spent her whole life trying to leave, writing songs at night with no label, no budget, no real reason to believe any of it would work. What she had in place of a label was the character. The makeup got bigger, the look hardened into full drag-inspired armor, and the shy church kid built a brassy, glittering alter ego she could climb inside and say anything from behind. The whole project leaned into camp color and Midwest kid longing, a queer pop fantasy built for everyone who grew up feeling like the only one in the room, and that specificity, the exact thing a major label had treated as a liability, turned out to be why people latched on so hard. She signed a publishing deal with Sony in 2022, released Naked in Manhattan on her own, and in 2023, a smaller label called Island took the chance her old one would not. It put out her debut album, which she titled, with a completely straight face, The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess. She went on the road, played to small rooms, then bigger ones, building it fan by fan the slow way, the kind of following that actually lasts. Early in 2024, Olivia Rodrigo, who happened to share that same producer, asked Roan to open the first stretch of her arena tour. And night after night, a woman who had been playing clubs walked out in front of 20,000 people who mostly did not know her yet. By the time those shows ended, they knew every word, and the spark caught. Then it broke all at once. In 2024, she released a single called Good Luck Babe. It climbed to number 4 in the country and into the top 5 around the world. And the debut album nobody had bought in 2023 came roaring back up the charts right behind it. The festival crowds went from hundreds to tens of thousands in a single summer. By early 2025, she was standing on the Grammy stage accepting Best New Artist, the same woman who had been working a drive-thru window 4 years earlier. And Pink Pony Club, the song her old label could not be bothered to release, had become a generational anthem. Then she ran straight into the part of fame that The Rise never warns anyone about. A stalker followed her from Missouri to a hotel in New York. A man grabbed her and kissed her at a bar without asking. She started traveling with security, and when she pushed back, when she asked photographers for room, set rules about how strangers could treat her, canceled shows she could not do justice to, a chunk of the internet decided she was ungrateful, that anyone who wanted fame had signed away the right to a single boundary. She had spent a decade clawing toward the one thing she wanted, and the moment she finally caught it, she had to learn how to survive inside it. If you want the whole arc in her own voice, go put on The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess and play it front to back, because she named the story before the rest of us caught up to it.